The First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday. We are tracking storms moving across the First Coast, and some of these storms are strong and have the potential to become severe. So what you're looking at right now, one of these storms, the one that's now moving over Green Cove Springs, actually dropped some hail near Middleburg. So that's what we're watching closely on this weather impact alert day. So I'm going to first start by setting the scene here for everyone. Let's look at some of our cameras across the area. And when we start with the lookout over downtown, not too bad. There are clouds out there that you can see with the skyline, but the rain mainly passing to the south of downtown. And so when we take a look across the First Coast, some of you, it looks beautiful out there. Like Waycross, yes, it just looks like some fair weather cumulus clouds. A good bit of blue in the sky. St. Augustine, not too bad, but we'll keep an eye on you as well as we watch these cluster of storms mainly move through the Jacksonville metro area and then out towards the beaches. So again, here's a look at radar over the past hour. It's an hour-long loop. You can see how they've been moving from west to east. This storm that's now over Green Cove Springs, that's the strongest storm. Frequent lightning, and it did drop pea-size hail, so very small hail, but still it did drop some hail. It's now crossing over the St. Johns River and heading into St. Johns County. And so again, this will move towards the beaches. Let me see if I can just zoom in here a little bit for us so we can get a little bit better look. And you can see that as it continues to cross over St. John towards Durbin and Nocatee, and eventually it will head out towards the beaches. Already there, a little cell near Ponte Vedra Beach. And so World Golf Village, you'll be getting the rain next as it continues to move off to the east. Now, let's go west. Let's see what's behind it. Penny Farms about to get a little bit more rain. Stark, you have lightning and heavy rain, some steady, I shouldn't say steady, but let's say lighter rain over Keystone. It's scattered there, so off and on little showers popping up in your area. And then bigger picture shows us that near High Springs, there was some rain there. So southern Columbia County just had some rain and some flashes of lightning. And you can see some of that lightning just to the north of that cell that's north of High Springs. So don't forget that it can lightning outside of rain. So if you hear thunder, you have to move into your shelter because you are close enough to a storm to be struck by lightning. What about the rest of the area? Let's head closer into the Jacksonville area. Looks like a little bit of rain there just on the north side, north of the interstate of that 295 and 95 interchange there. And then that's slowly moving towards it looks like the sandbar over there, maybe on the north side of that. So this looks like it's actually going to hit the south side of Amelia Island and maybe cross over the far northern edge of Talbot Island. We'll watch that too. But for parts of the southern Amelia Island, boaters, beach goers there, Amelia Island State Park, they'll have to watch out for some rain there. And then as we head south, we've just been watching a little bit of shower activity too near Marineland, and then that's about it. We had a little sprinkle earlier in the Palatka area too. So we'll keep an eye, of course, all across radar, but right now the focus is on that cell that is now moving into St. John's with frequent lightning, and earlier it produced some pea-size hail. So I'm keeping an eye on our conversation chat room, it's Slack, with the National Weather Service too, but they said it was near Lake Asbury in Clay County. That is where there was some hail spotted, pea-size hail, so small hail, that we will continue to keep an eye on. But that's radar right now. That is what we issued a weather impact alert for today, because we know it's a weekend. We know people are out and about, and you don't want to be caught outside without warning in one of these storms because of the lightning, the heavy rain, the gusty winds, excuse me, with winds generally up to around 40 miles an hour in these storms. And then, of course, the possibility of hail as well. So we just did a quick radar tour there, kind of touring around, just getting another last look at our radar. And then temperature-wise, not as warm for a lot of us today. So Lake City, you're cooler. You had the rain move through. You're sitting in the 70s. You have cloud cover right near 80 for Jacksonville, NAS Jax. And then out towards the beaches, we're in the upper 80s. So it's a good beach day right now, But if you know anyone at the beach, please give them the heads up that this rain is on the way, working its way towards those Jacksonville beaches, towards Ponte Vedra as well. So they need to keep a close eye on the radar there. As for your winds, it's a little breezy out there at times. We have sustained winds of 18 miles an hour at NAS Jax associated with the storm, 13 miles an hour for St. Augustine, 15 for Brunswick. As for our wind gusts, stronger, 25 at NAS Jax, 24 for Keystone, 21 in Palatka. So today is a weather impact alert day, and I have this going until 7 o'clock just for some buffer room. But I really think a lot of the storms should be out of here by 6, though I know we have Sunday evening plans, so I really brought it to 7 p.m. for these storms and the rain out there. So for a lot of us, it is just rain. But as we know, when these storms move through, some of them could be strong. So if you plan to get outside in the next couple of hours, please keep your app handy because, of course, we will send you that push alert if there's severe weather in your area. And make sure that you have shelter nearby, someplace that you could go inside quickly if you hear thunder, because as you know, that these storms are a bit stronger today. Let's look at our future radar. This is just one model run showing you how this could play out. So again, all these storms, they are moving from west to the east. And as you can see, when I mentioned how I was thinking it's going to be done by 6, you can see how a lot of that is now offshore, 7, 8 o'clock, just a few little showers remain. So again, sorry, I'm just reading notifications coming in from the National Weather Service. Okay, it looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's get back to that. So there was a local storm spotter, winds of 50 miles an hour for Green Cove Springs. I'm going to back this up. Bear with me. Let's get a look at that severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. There we go. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer here. So again, now we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for St. Johns County. And pull up the information. So this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 3:45 p.m. So this severe thunderstorm at 3:10 was near Fruit Cove. It's moving east at 25 miles an hour. The hazards associated with this cell here, wind gusts of 60 miles an hour and quarter-size hail. So if you are in St. John's, World Golf Village, Durban, even Nocatee right there on the edge of that, and then out towards the beaches too, of course, got to keep a heads up because that's where it's moving. This cell can produce winds of 60 miles an hour, so that can knock down trash cans. It can cause debris to fly. It can cause some damage to fences or shingles and create some branches to fall down. So 60 mile an hour winds can cause damage. That's why we issue that severe thunderstorm warning. And also the possibility of quarter-size hail associated with this storm as well. So it will impact places like World Golf Village and Nocatee and Durban. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. This means you have to get inside. If you know anyone in the area who might be outside not paying attention to the weather right now, please let them know. It's important when we have a severe thunderstorm warning to treat it like a tornado warning. And what I mean by that is getting into shelter and away from windows. Because as just mentioned, 60 mile per hour winds, that can actually pick up debris and make it go flying. And so you want to stay away from windows just in case. So again, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for parts of St. Johns County. And this severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-size hail and winds of 60 miles an hour. I'm trying to pull up some information here on your screen. Oh, it doesn't give us much. Just, yeah, as we know, we have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 3:45 p.m. So this is the main storm that we are watching right now, too. If you were with us earlier, I did a little bit of a radar tour. I'm going to try to zoom out real quick just to give you all a better look at the big picture if you're tuning in. Those of you in St. John's under the severe thunderstorm warning, you're not going to be done with the rain right after this because notice you have that next round moving in behind. So that's starting to move into your area too. But Middleburg, Green Cove Springs, you're about to be hit by that rain. And then it's coming up behind this severe thunderstorm warning. Lots of lightning associated with this cell too. Nocatee, Turbin, St. John's, and then World Golf Village will be on the south end of this cell. Still some heavy rain. Looks like not as much lightning there, but still a system to watch closely. Just good idea to hunker down and get inside. Now let's see if I can track how many lightning strikes we have associated with this. Okay, so 15 lightning strikes. So that's dangerous. Of course, lightning is a danger in and of itself. So we have a good number of lightning strikes starting to pop up within this cell. Again, this is a current snapshot of it. So right over St. John's right now, crossing over I-95, moving out towards the beaches. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that goes still for almost a half hour longer. It goes until 3:45 p.m. So again, this is the big picture here. If you're just tuning in, not everyone's seeing the rain, not everyone across our area, but we do have the potential where these storms form for them to become strong. So I'm going to zoom in on this cell here. Looks like a little bit of lightning now starting to pop up in the St. George area. And if that holds together, that will cross over 301 in Nassau County, kind of between Hilliard and near Callahan. We'll watch out for that cell too. And it's kind of popping up on its own. So I just wanted to give a heads up to that cell there. In fact, let's zoom on in a little bit closer. I think it's probably it might cross right on the north side of Callahan, but really kind of between Hilliard and Callahan. But if it stays more east rather than northeast, it will go right over Callahan. So just a heads up to those of you in Callahan, you have a thunderstorm on the way there. Rest of Nassau County, looks like the south end of Amelia Island, really over Talbot, you're getting some rain that's moving through. I know there's a lot of beach goers and boaters and fishermen over there, so unfortunately they're getting rained on. And then south right now, Atlantic Beach, Neptune Beach, Jacksonville Beach, dry. You have to get to Ponte Vedra Beach to get the rain again. And then again, we have that severe thunderstorm warning over Nocatee, Durbin, St. John's, World Golf Village included in that as well, with more rain on the way behind it. So Green Cove Springs, you're getting the rain and some flashes of lightning currently. In fact, I'm going to zoom back in on that too. Let's get a look there. Woo, we went way in. All right, here we go. So heavy rain, some flashes of lightning moving towards the Green Cove Springs area. We do have with that, let's see, we have a new report for this cell here where we have the severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm going to put this back on your screen while I read this real quick. So there was associated with this cell here, there was an observation of 50 to 60 mile per hour downburst winds. And so that means that that causes potentially can cause damage. So that is why we have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for St. Johns County. So it's downburst winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour. Quarter size hail also possible with these storms. They're crossing I-95. They're heading towards Nocatee and the Palm Valley area within the next 15 to 20 minutes. So heads up to everyone in Nocatee and Palm Valley. Winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour possible within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Let's zoom out here. And then again, more rain on the way behind that, just not as strong of a cell or a system. And then down south, it looks like Marineland, that cell has now moved offshore. So it looks like we're good to go for our southern areas. So again, today is a weather impact alert day for reasons like this one cell. Yes, it's not all across the First Coast. In fact, a lot of you are dry right now, but those of you who are under the storm, if you're caught outside, that's a dangerous situation. It really does impact your outdoor plans for your Sunday. So that is why we issued the weather impact alert today. Looks like that one cell that's moving into Nassau County now is getting a little bit stronger too. Looks like a little bit more lightning associated with that. Looks like we just had another lightning strike here. We'll zoom back in. Yeah, so some lightning flashing now on the south end of World Golf Village. There's a lightning strike. It's behind the banner. Give me 1 second. Move it so you can see it. There we go. See that one lone lightning strike to the south of the warned area? Again, just a reminder that lightning can strike outside of the rain. So you don't even have to be in the severe thunderstorm warning polygon to have lightning. So please, if you hear thunder today or always, get inside, because if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to a cell to be struck by lightning. Let's see here. So I'm going to quickly give you all a rundown on the rest of the weather, and then we'll go back to that severe thunderstorm warning. But winds across our area right now, of course, they're strong where the thunderstorms are. For the rest of you, a little bit of a breezy day, but not too bad. So that weather impact alert is going to stay in effect until 7 p.m. I really think a lot of this activity is over by 6 p.m., but I'm giving us that buffer because a lot of you have Sunday dinner plans in that 6 to 7 o'clock hour. So I still want you to stay weather aware during that time period with the rain, but the isolated strong to potentially severe storms. So just keep your First Coast News app handy. You are doing the right thing by streaming this right now. I know you are staying weather aware. Help me keep everyone else weather aware. Text your loved ones if you know they're out and about, and just make sure that you have shelter nearby if you are outside. So here's a look at a future radar, again showing that the rain moves off to the east, the storms start to move into the Atlantic, and things start to quiet down 6 to 7 o'clock tonight. Maybe a few little showers lingering 8, 9 o'clock, and then we do really start to dry out from there. Our rain chances tomorrow much lower. If anyone sees rain, it would be Flagler, maybe Putnam, maybe southern St. John's, but our rain chances have really decreased for that area over the past 24 to 48 hours. But if we get rain tomorrow, it's going to be those far southeastern areas of our coverage area. On Tuesday, most of us dry, warm as well. And then rain chances do start to return on Wednesday. Some moisture comes back into the atmosphere, and we will start to see rain coverage start to increase. And then as we head into the weekend, next weekend, that's when rain chances are back. So I know a lot of people want the rain. You don't necessarily want it over the weekend, but look at this system. It's going to be messy Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. So we do have those increasing rain chances, of course, with more moisture in the atmosphere. Not only does it raise our rain chances, it does bring back the humidity as well. So by Thursday, it's going to feel pretty humid out there. And then we do need the rain. So although we don't always want it over the weekend, I'm sure a lot of you are like me. I would love my grass to get watered by Mother Nature. It needs some water. The lakes out here are so low. We are under drought-like conditions. Our aquifers need the rain. So we are normally dry for everyone in yellow. The sandy color, that's a moderate drought. The orange is a severe drought. Red is an extreme drought, and you can see that does cover portions of Putnam County, southern Putnam, and portions of Flagler County too. So we need the rain. I know a lot of us do not want it over the weekend, but any rain we get is beneficial. Of course, we don't want the severe thunderstorms either, but at least we're getting that beneficial rain. Temperatures are staying warm. We're warming into the upper 80s to near 90, especially by Tuesday, and then more rain and cloud cover by Friday will bring our temperatures back down. So here's a quick look at your 7-day forecast. Again, today is a weather impact alert day, and it's possible that we'll have to put another weather impact alert. In fact, it's likely that we'll put another weather impact alert by next weekend, just because, again, we know you have those outdoor plans, and those rain chances really are starting to ramp up. It looks like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which isn't even on the 7-day. All right, let's go back to radar, get another check of that severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a loop over the past hour. You can see how the storms have been bubbling up. And look at the lightning. That's really started to pop with that one storm and that severe thunderstorm. Remember, more lightning is a sign of a strengthening storm. So now we have more lightning. Okay, we have more lightning out there. And we're going to continue to closely monitor this severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to check my notifications to see if we have an update on this cell. But zooming in, you can see it's over World Golf Village, Durban, Nocatee, moving out of St. John's now, but continuing to move to the east, crossing over I-95. All right, so I'm going to leave that up on your screen. Let me check this update. Okay, so they just continued it. Obviously, they kind of redrew the polygon, but at 3:22, it was right over World Golf Village. It was 10 miles southeast of Fruit Cove. This cell is moving east at 25 miles an hour. I'm going to put a track on it. Let's do that. No, give me 1 second. Gonna make sure that it is moving at 25. Okay, let's redo that. Clear. So there you go. So it's going to be at places like Northeast Florida Regional at 3:40 p.m. and then South Ponte Vedra Beach, 3:41 p.m. So again, this is moving to the east at about 25 miles an hour. It has the possibility of producing 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So hail damage is possible. We have the possibility of damage with the strong winds. Your trash cans can go flying, any loose outdoor items, loose furniture. So that's what's heading your way if you're at the beaches, if you're in the path of the storm and you have time to secure everything and get inside and get away from windows. If you are under this thunderstorm now, just stay in the center of your house, stay away from windows, because we do have very strong winds associated with this cell and the possibility of hail. And as you can see too, frequent lightning and heavy rain. Beneficial rain, but we don't want all the other stuff, of course. We don't want the lightning, the hail, and the gusty winds. And in these cells that continue to pop up, this will remain the possibility, and that is why the weather impact alert continues into this evening, because of the rest of these storms, they do have the potential to bubble up and become strong as well. So I'm going to give us now, I'm going to clear the screen, and let's get a look across the area. Bigger picture here. So more rain, unfortunately, moving in behind this. So those of you getting the rain right now, you are dealing with more rain on the way behind it. And as you can see on your screen, just popped up. Looks like they extended that severe thunderstorm warning. Let's zoom back in, see the new update here. Okay, so as of 3:28, new severe thunderstorm warning issued for this. This is still going until 3:45. So this does now just include South Ponte Vedra Beach in your, you can see it just really extended it out to the beaches. So this is moving east at 25 miles an hour, still has the possibility of 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So again, this is just moving out towards South Ponte Vedra Beach. It's just extending it out to the beaches. So those of you in this area, or if you know anyone in this area, give them the heads up. Tell them to get off the beach, get off the trails, and if they can, off the intracoastal, out of the water, getting into safety, into shelter as well as the storm continues to move east, because it is a strong storm. It has produced hail. It has produced winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour. So it is a severe storm, I should say. And then unfortunately, some more lightning popping in that cell south of Green Cove Springs as it crosses over the river. A little bit more lightning popping there. We have more steady rain over Middleburg. Still some shower activity over Keystone. And then out towards Lake Butler, looks like a little bit more rain there. Let's get a wider picture. So even near Lake City on I-10, a little cell just popped up. Now we're watching this cell as it moves across Nassau County. It has officially moved into Nassau County. Lightning strikes there. Looks like some decent heavy rain. Looks like it's going to move over 301. And then, let's see, kind of moving on the north end of Callahan, but to the south of Hilliard. We'll see if Hilliard or Callahan each get a little bit of rain there. Guys, how am I doing on time?
Yeah, about 3 more minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, just want to give everyone a heads up on what's going on in your neighborhood, in your area. Going to be on your side tracking these storms throughout the rest of the evening, of course. But for this one stream, we're so grateful you have tuned in. And I'm just going to kind of focus on this area here where we have that severe thunderstorm warning and then another cell moving in behind it. I'm going to loop this for 15 minutes so you can see the general direction of these storms. But this is the story. These storms that pop up today, these thunderstorms, have the potential of being strong or severe, with winds up to 60 miles an hour, with hail possible up to quarter size hail, and then also the possibility of frequent lightning, heavy rain. We need the rain. That's the only thing we want. But we don't need the rest of these severe thresholds or strong threats from these storms that we'll have to continue to watch out for. So we do have a weather impact alert today in effect until 7 o'clock. For the rest of your afternoon and into the evening through about dinner time, please just stay weather aware. Stay tuned with us. The whole team here at First Coast News, of course, we're going to be watching it closely. I'm here, Bella behind the scenes, getting this to you live as you stream it. We have the whole team here, so we're going to watch this closely for you all. But as of right now, 3:31 p.m., severe thunderstorm warning in effect. It goes until at least 3:45. It's heading towards the beaches. So if you know anyone in the South Ponte Vedra Beach area, north side of St. Augustine, please make sure that they have the heads up that they're getting out of the water, out of an open area, into shelter to ride out this storm, because it is a severe thunderstorm. It has produced hail. It has produced winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour. Lots of lightning. I can get another check on the lightning count right now, too. 57 strikes. Do you guys remember just a little bit ago when we were talking about 15 strikes? Look at that. This is a strengthening, exploding storm, so please be careful. Please watch out for all of the storms for the rest of the day today, because all of them have that potential, unfortunately, of becoming severe like this. So here's the big picture on radar. And again, most of us, a lot of us are dry, but we do have this one severe thunderstorm that we are watching very closely again, and we will continue to keep an eye on it, on all the storms through this evening. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 6 p.m. on NBC, 6:30 on ABC, and 11 o'clock on both stations. But again, I think right around 6:30, hopefully this will be calming down. I'll bring you an update, though, at 6 and 6:30 on NBC and ABC. Thank you for joining us.